Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Rage, and we are actually back today with a quick video in regards to Marvel Strike Force's state of the game and how the revenues are doing. So, I know some folks have speculated that the game is dying and, the player base seems to be going down, especially when you take a look at some of these events that you can take part in, right? A good way to indicate is when you check the legendary trial events, and you do see, where players rank here, and generally it can be a good sense of how many players are engaged in the game. And that's up and down. It's gonna be dependent upon, of course, if players can even partake in the event. But generally, a good way to indicate is how the previous scourges were, a year or two ago, versus now the legendary events. Most recently, the Black Cat event, right? But I think the other thing too that we're forgetting to to really take note of is the amount of spending that's in the game. I think even with the player base shifting up and down, at the end of the day, if you're a successful company and you're making phenomenal revenues, that actually means the game's doing good. The business is working, right? It's doing as it's intended. That's also why I feel like there's been importance placed on the communication from the Marvel Strike Force player voice movement, as well as the envoy speaking out whenever there are events poorly planned. We have a great community that's impassioned. I think that's a big part of it. Player base is always going to come and go, but I do have some pretty tangible evidence right here in terms of how the game is trending for the revenues anyways. And generally, like I said, if the game or company is making money, they know that that's their indicator, right? That's their metric for measuring if they're doing a good job, and if they're successful, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. So you guys, so for those of you that may or may not know, when you go into the golden opportunity, it's kind of funny timing because we have both the golden dimension and the golden opportunity milestones live right now. So if you guys spend any gold right now, you're gonna be double dipping on the rewards. But with this golden dimension, it is the opportunity here for this limited time Dormammu golden costume, really meant for whales and krakens who want to spend 6 million gold plus per day for the next month or so. And that's still only giving you a chance to get it, because I do believe you actually have to be top ranked to get these additional gold flash bits. But anyway, sorry to backtrack there. In essence though, if you want to get on the leaderboards for any of these gold opportunities or gold spending events, you have to spend a minimum of 6 million gold, right? So if you go here and hit ranking, bottom left, reach 6 million points here to earn rank rewards, and then that's going to be generally where you're set. But what's more interesting with this is that I have been using this gold amount here actually to build up my Dark Dimension 6 characters. I'm wrapping up Cosmic soon, so I'm preparing here for my city characters as of late, and that's why I've been spending more gold than my usual average of maintaining, right? But if you go review here, I wanted to show you guys, I hit 6 million gold, as you can see on the left, right? This is for the last milestone that ended today. If I hit find me, you can see here, right? There's at least 18,000 players that we can see right now spending 6 million gold, and we know that gold is a heavy constraint in the game. So let's assume for a second, right? I'm gonna do some math real quick here for you guys, and just to showcase how well the company is doing right now. So let's assume that the average right now, using this gold, 6 million per day, is about 18,000. These are the hardcore players that either spend or they have built up a really big base. But let's keep in mind, gold is not infinite in this game. You have to manage this effectively. You can't spend 6 million gold per day for 365 days of the year without spending. That's impossible. Now, if we go back here now to the supply store and we go back to the offers, let's take a look at how much gold even costs, right? Because I do want to do a quick calculation just to showcase for you guys how good this company is doing right now. So, there's a couple of things you can do right now. I don't know if these are good because I don't spend in the game, but I'm just going to go by what I see. So, there's a $130 offer here for 13.4 million gold. As well, there's like a 4 million gold here for 40 bucks. So, let's just round up. Let's just say we can hypothetically, use $50 for 6 million gold. Let's just be conservative. So 50 million, multiplied by the 18,000 players that we previously had. And let's say we're using this every day for 365 days. So, you're going to be spending this whenever you don't have gold. That already gives me revenues of over $300 million just from this one milestone. So again, it's 18,000 multiplied by the $50. Let's assume there's value there. Multiplied by 365 days in the year. That gives me $328,500,000 just from that milestone alone. So I mean, just from the golden opportunity. This is not including any of the new character offers that we're seeing. You know, as much as I would have loved to buy, you know, the new Iron Man here with his offers that previously just recently came out. But even look at his shards, right? I mean, to get 190 shards of it, that's a easy $130 right there for a 4-star. And then obviously, you know, any related legendary upgrades and so forth. But I mean, that was just a conservative calculation of how well the game is doing. So I mean, yes, the player base can be, you know, plus 50,000 to 100,000 over the year or a year and a half. But at the end of the day, they're relatively getting about $300 million of revenue just from one little milestone. And the worst part is that this golden opportunity that ended, like there was no really true reward, right? You can see some of these folks here, you know, shout out to these guys, Matt Titan, you know, Cogno Maniac, Nick Noxire. I mean, these players are the ones that are keeping, you know, the lights running for the business, right? They're the ones contributing the most in their accounts, but as well, this is translating to change that's made possible. You know, this is paying the salaries of all the workers part of Scopely and Marvel Strike Force developers to make the game a better and a growing game as well, right? So we're always going to need these folks to keep the game running as long as possible. But as far as what I can see, the game is thriving right now. I mean, like I said, the free-to-play players are important. They form really a very, very important piece of the community. But at the end of the day, it's the whales, it's the Krakens, it's the Dolphins, all collectively spending money, and together, this is what's creating and making the game an awesome game, right? And that's why we also have such an impassioned community where, you know, there is a vocal communication between us and developers, and honestly creating a fun dynamic of a game. So yeah, hopefully this is insightful for you guys, even just like that quick math there, just to showcase like how good the game is doing right now. I'm excited because I obviously love this game. I love to play it. It's definitely super fun. But I always like to have a future as well, and ensuring that, you know, there is going to be a possible future for this game. And so far, it's remaining to be strong based on what we're seeing. So as long as, you know, they're transparent, they're keeping things clean with events, they're making it still free to play possible to be competitive, but as well giving an opportunity and excitement for whales and end game players to see an end game goal in their game, right? You know, that's like when they release new modes, new legendary characters, new dark dimensions, new game modes that we haven't seen yet, right? And that's what's going to ultimately keep continuing to make this game a better game. So hope this helps you guys. Let me know what you think in comments below, if you agree or disagree. I'm curious what your thoughts are, but I think the game has been better than it's ever been, and it's looking like it's continuing to grow very strong. So thank you as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.